feels like being strong in every direction except the one survival keeps demanding. Like your body is willing, your mind is alive, your ideas are real, your care is real, your talent is real. But the moment the work becomes still, invisible, self-directed, and made of screens, draft decisions, and unfinished sentences, something inside you starts slipping through your own hands. You can move mountains when the mountains is outside of you. I can carry, I can build, I can scrub, I can howl, I can fix, I can lift, I can endure. I can work until my muscle burn and feel almost peaceful in it because this task is concrete, immediate, and mercifully singular. But sitting down to make the things that actually pay the rent, oh dear, they think you even love, there is a different kind of labor. It is abstract, it asks you to manufacture structure out of thin air, it asks you to hold 10 invisible steps in your head at once, it asks you to begin without the reward of motion, without the satisfaction of a pile that is getting smaller, without the clarity of a task that lives outside of your nervous system. And suddenly, what should be simple, it becomes impossible in a way that is humiliating to explain to people who don't get it. People who think difficulty must be something always visible. So you sit there and not lazy, not indifferent, not ungrateful, not incapable, but locked out. A terrible kind of locked out because the desire is there, the love is there, the ideas are there, crowding your mind. And I want to record that video, I want to write that course, I want to answer my members with care, I want to make the next podcast episode. I am grieving the work while failing to access it, to touch it. And that may be the cruelest part of having ADHD, the fact that it so often blocks not only obligation, but devotion. It can keep you from the very things that make you feel most like yourself. So from the outside, it looks inconsistent, irrational, self-sabotaging, but from the inside, it feels more like being trapped, being trapped behind glass, like watching your own life, yelling instruction to yourself that your body just cannot follow. There is panic in it because rent is not theoretical, survival is not theoretical, time is not theoretical. Every avoided task starts to gather weight, and the weight becomes shame, and the shame becomes the task harder to approach, and then the whole day starts to feel like standing at the base of a staircase that somehow gets taller every time you look at it. And meanwhile, the physical world remains accessible. Rake the leaves, split the wood, clean the land, move the thing, solve the tangible problem. There is relief in that, but also danger because it gives you a way to feel competent while the invisible work keeps waiting, multiplying quietly in the other room. So you become exhausted and unproductive at the same time, which is its own special kind of hell. You worked all day and you did nothing. Both are true. And because I love the creative work, I love the intellectual work because it's mine. It comes from my voice and my mind and my care. So every failure feels so personal. It feels like it's like I'm being called disciplined by people who watch me do hard things like waking up every day before the sun rises to exercise my dog. But privately, I know that the real hard thing, the one that determines whether I can survive, is sitting in a chair, opening the laptop, staying long enough for my mind to stop fleeing. And it feels absurd. It feels expensive, it feels childish and chemical and spiritual all at once. It feels like knowing you are capable of so much and still not being able to convert the capability into the form that the world demands from you. And underneath all of it, there is often this deep, raw confusion. I am not afraid of the work, so why I cannot do it? Because for some people, the hardest labor is not effort. It is initiation, it is sequencing, tolerating the shapelessness of admin tasks. It is bridging the gap between intention and action when there is no immediate physical cue to grab onto. It is trying to survive in a world that rewards administrative consistency more than intensity, vision, or depth. So yeah, it feels maddening, it feels unfair, it feels like having a racehorse engine and no steering wheel when the task is made of stillness. But it also feels like carrying a kind of misunderstood courage, because every time I try again, every time you sit down again, every time you attempt to cross an invisible threshold, you're not doing something small, you're fighting for access to your own life.